2021 is off to a good start in the markets, and we got into February and the markets trended higher and then pulled back a little bit as we finished the month. And yet overall, the market finished down a little. And this is up or down for February. And this is Tyson Ray, financial advisor at Form Wealth Advisors, where we exist to help make life better for our clients and those in our community. But what really matters is what's happening behind the scenes, not so much what's just in the market, but what's going on in the economy and what's coming out of Washington. First, what's going on in the economy is that we are over COVID. We are getting over it as individuals. We're tired of it, quite frankly. And yet we are getting over it in the sense of vaccinations, in the sense of wearing face masks, in the sense of social distancing. And the numbers that are coming out are showing it. In fact, new cases have plummeted. The deaths have stayed up there because it's lagging a little bit. As you can see in that chart, we had the spike in cases going into the end of the year. We thought Thanksgiving and Christmas was just going to kill us, and it ended up not being the case. And surprise, Happy New Year, we're on this downward slope of coronavirus, not going away, but becoming much more controllable. The other thing I find very fascinating, again, in the coronavirus situation is some of these estimates that are coming out of herd immunity, looking like it may be as early as April. I still think it's going to be July, and we're going to celebrate our freedom like we haven't been able to for almost a year and a half. So that's positive, and the markets are liking that. The markets are also digesting the fact that there's just a lot of good economic data. You know, it's amazing how many people are out and about wanting to just live life again. And to the extent we get vaccinated, to the extent we get herd immunity, to the extent that people can feel safe to travel, I think this economy is just going to continue to come back on quite strong. And what I want to remind people is a couple things. First and foremost, what has happened. What has happened, as I've shown this chart before, is last year the government of the United States injected an enormous sum of stimulus, $4.4 trillion when it was all said and done. Almost the equivalent of the entire federal budget of 2019 was put into the economy. And some people are worried, wait a second, that's just printing money and the government's going to, what's going to happen to all that? What's happened to all that is the other chart I like to have shown, and it's a chart that shows what the money supply is in America. So what is individuals and businesses doing with this stimulus? We're sitting on it in cash, in the bank, earning nothing. And what's amazing to me is in February, the beginning of February of 2020, we were at about $15.4 trillion, that upward slope for the better part of 2 decades or more of just money supply growing with the economy growing. And then all of a sudden we had the stimulus checks and the government starts giving stimulus out and PPP and money to businesses and so on and so forth. And what did everybody do with it? They stuck it in the bank. And the savings rates went through the roof. And now in February 2021, there's over $4 trillion sitting in cash. So watch the math, it's really complicated. The government gave us a little over $4 trillion of stimulus over the last year, and there is now over $4 trillion of cash sitting in the bank. So what I'm most excited about, it's jobs. It's the jobs that you are making that I'm most excited about, because in January of 2021, there was an increase in just the month of January of almost 500,000 new business applications. That's almost a 73% increase over last January. So before COVID happened, we have a year-over-year increase of about 73% of people that are like in this environment saying, I'm going to start a new job, I'm going to go make a difference. And that entrepreneurial spirit of the United States and of individuals wanting to take the risk and go make a difference is what drives the economy, and it's what drives these investments, and it's what's going to be able to fund those educations and fund that retirement and fund those legacy gifts you want to leave to loved ones. And so what I want to remind you is, don't get caught up in the headlines. Don't get caught up in the day-to-day risks. Make a plan and stick with the plan. And one of the things that we do here at Form Wealth is we seek to first understand what your plan is and then help you understand our philosophy, and the way we manage money is different. And there's some principles that are bedrocked in that we don't try and get caught up in the day-to-day hot ideas. And we also don't get really scared when all of a sudden everybody else gets really scared, because we try and focus on different pieces of research that kind of tell us, hey, you know what? Things aren't as bad as everybody thinks right now. And we're probably better off sticking where we're at. And that's what we've been doing. So what should you do? One, stop freaking out about government debt, because right now it's sitting, they basically gave it to you as an individual citizen. If they want to tax it away, they can. If they want to regulate it away, they can. If they want to use that to grow the economy, they can. And that a bigger economy is going to help pay off the debt. At least historically speaking, that's what's worked for the last, 30, 40 years, because the debt's constantly gone up. Ever since I've been alive, it's been at a record. It keeps going higher. For our clients, again, if something's changing in your situation, health, of yourself or a loved one. Plans are changing. You're starting to think about what you're going to do when you're free to move out this country and you want to make different plans for going forward. Let us know what those are so we can help plan what we should be doing with your wealth to match your goals and your needs. But with that, remember, this is a different place. We have a different philosophy and a different conversation than most advisors that want to talk about yesterday, because yesterday is behind us and it doesn't do you any good for going forward. And so with that, this is Tyson Ray, financial advisor at Forum Wealth Advisors, where we exist to help make life better for our clients and those in our community.